canoeing with me?
Canoeing? I like to go canoeing.
Just focusing on the kids. But today, with you, it feels like the first time I've looked up.
Wow. Well, that's a look at Julianne Hough's latest film, Safe Haven, where she plays a battered woman who manages to get away and finally find love. Julianne has recently spoken out in Cosmopolitan magazine saying, like her character, she was also physically and mentally abused as a young child, which is very, very surprising to hear. Today we're talking about celebrities helping to break the stigma and helping a child to talk about abuse and bullying. Licensed marriage and family therapist Donna Wilburn, you've seen her here many times. She's here with some tips here. Donna, first of all, I was shocked to hear this because we look at Julianne on Dancing with the Stars and she has this storybook life, so we thought, right? And then this article comes out. Let's talk about that.
Well, I have to say, first of all, I'm so glad that celebrities talk about this because there are so many people out there that don't either realize that they can talk about it or are not comfortable with counseling. Yeah. So with her and with what Lady Gaga is doing, and maybe they're making it more approachable for so many, and I'm so glad about it.
Absolutely. The bullying thing, you know, of course, with the recent tragic events that have happened in our country recently, that is a topic of discussion as well. But let's talk about some of the things that parents can do, I guess teachers can do, just the village, the proverbial village can do to help young people going through this. Because Julianne in that article says that she went overseas with a dance troupe and was abused mentally and physically.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about those tips.
Well, and it's not just for parents, it's for aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. Ask children how they're doing. Ask if there's anything that's worrying them or if they're stressed out about anything. Because really, a lot of times kids, teenagers don't really know to talk about it.
They don't talk about it.
Yeah, unless you ask specifically. If you're like, how's your day? Good.
Right.
That's all you
get.
That's
it. One word answers.
So if you say, what's your number one worry? What's the number one thing stressing you out right now? Or what's two things that stress you out? Maybe you'll get something more specific from that.
Okay.
So that's like the number one tip is to ask.
Okay. And number two, you say stay in control. Well, as you know, the parent of a teenager, I have a 6-year-old, so I'm in control. I know his every single move.
Right.
But when it comes to teenagers, they get a little more freedom. How do you do that?
Right. And what I mean by staying in control is stay in control of your emotions when they're talking to you about something.
Okay.
Because the number one thing I hear in the office about why kids don't talk to their parents is because they think their parents are going to get upset.
Yeah, because I think we do.
Yeah.
If somebody does something to our kid, we do. Yeah.
We do. Try to keep that inside.
Okay.
Try to stay very calm while they're talking to you because if you show emotion or that you're upset, it can shut them down right away.
Okay, all right. Now our third tip here, we'll pop those back up here for you in just a sec, but what is our third tip?
I believe it's empower your child to act for themselves. So let's say they're going to talk about a bully. Try to have your child talk to the teacher or principal themselves. You can be right there to support them.
Okay.
But the more they do things for themselves, the more courage they'll have to do it again.
Okay. All right. And let's talk about being supportive of counseling. There's a stigma with counseling. Yeah.
There is. And it's kind of sad because there are a lot of parents out there. My child doesn't need counseling. My child's 10 years old. Why do they need to go to counseling? So instead of saying things like that, if your child isn't comfortable talking to you, then why don't you support counseling or ask if they want to talk to a counselor or even an aunt or an uncle. But please do not discourage them from talking to a counselor just because maybe you're not comfortable with it.
Right, exactly. Okay, now you've had experience in the past with talking to celebrities who've gone through things like this,
I did,
right?
and I was fortunate enough to be able to show the world on Holly's World. Josh came in and did therapy on camera as part of the show. Yes, he did.
Okay.
And that was brave of him, and it was also so wonderful to put that out there to kids who were adopted. He was adopted, and it was something that he was going through, and he put that on camera to share that with everybody to show that it can help. It helps a lot.
All right, folks. Well, hey, Julianne Hough, again, she has this new article in Cosmopolitan. She talks about a lot, and it's out this month, and I would encourage parents to pick up a copy of it because you never know what your kids are going through. Donna, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, Sean, back to you.
Thank you, Monica. Well, we